So then Mel was saying, see, Marsau, he's afraid that, Latisha, she gonna hang around me long enough and then she gonna get the strength of a woman that I have and then put it on her. And then she gonna get up enough strength to, leave his cheating, manipulative, lying ass. That's right. And I was like, Mel. I was with you till you jumped off the deep end, girl. You jumped off the deep end. You are not the wing beneath Latisha's wings, I can guarantee you. But it sounded good. I was with you till you got there, girl. I was with you. So anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandi Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandi Yvonne. Here on my channel, y'all already know we do fun recaps, reviews, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, we are talking Owns of a Marriage Huntsville. This is season 6, episode 18, titled Marsau versus Melody, or Melody versus Marsau round 5. I don't know how we got down to round 5, but I guess that's where it's at. Based on the clips they showed, I guess, okay. Before we get into it, please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to the channel, y'all. Y'all been really watching the videos. I appreciate that. Y'all been liking the videos. Y'all been commenting, but y'all have not been subscribing. So I need all y'all who are not subscribing to please help me out to grow this channel to subscribe. We're trying to reach some goals over here and we want to keep the momentum up. Please help us with the algorithms. All right. Also, I apologize because I am like 2 days late with this video. I know I was going to have time to do it Saturday because I went to Foodie Land. I got to show y'all some pictures from Foodie Land. I forgot. But it was pretty good. It was fun. And then I should have did a video. My bad. And then yesterday I went to church. I should have did the review right after church, but church, you just want to eat and relax. Then I ended up going to, was supposed to be karaoke. That was closed. We went to a lounge. Long story. I don't have to work today for like 2 weeks. So, I'm going to stay out on a Sunday night. So anyway, I've been in these streets, y'all. But I've been outside. But I'm back inside now today. So let's get into the review. Because I got like a meeting at like 7. So I got to hurry up. Anywho. Okay, so the episode basically picks up where they left off. At the come see baby Ace, sip and see. Okay, baby Ace was crying. He was ready to eat. Tisha came in and they played that dark music. Tiffany said she's surprised to see Tisha. Tisha said she came to support Tiffany, even though she's messy, but she still like her. So anywho, the pastor lady did a little prayer and a reading from the Psalms, but the baby wasn't having that. They said you could see the baby after he eat. He had to get on the breast milk real quick. So anywho, Tisha's like, what is going on here? It's silent, it's awkward, it's tension. I was like, yeah, girl, because they talking about you in the expo, okay? So she was like, what did I miss? I missed any games? And Kimmie was like, girl, I didn't know if you was coming. She's like, I forgot the RSVP, girl. So Tisha's sitting there like, girl, what y'all been talking about? What y'all been doing? Like, what did I walk into? And I'm like, girl, be quiet. You don't want to know. So Kimmie was like, well, actually, we were talking about the Blaque Business Expo in the evening. So Tisha's like, oh, ish. And so Kimmie's like, I know. But basically, I think we need to have some kind of come together, some kind of like thing where we can give feedback and that would be helpful for next time. And so Tisha was like, nope, she don't want to have the feedback. Now, one thing that Kimmie does that she did really well in this episode, that she always does very well, is communicate. And Kimmie's very good with tone. She communicates information very clearly, but she's very good with tone and inflection. Because the way she presented that feedback to Tisha wasn't in no shady way. It wasn't in no let's tear down the Blaque Business Expo way. It was like, come on, let's be open to feedback, don't you think? Like, kind of like that. And I like the way that Kimmie does that. That's why when Kimmie plays in our face and that scene last week with her and Maurice talking about the yoni oil and the sex and all that, you could tell she was playing, and that because that's not how Kimmie even talks or communicates. So anywho, I just wanted to bring that up. So everybody trying to give Tisha feedback. Tisha not hearing it. She's like, "No, you coming to sip and feed the baby?" Like, girl, what is this? Then, they got onto the Miss Nell thing. Miss Nell brings back her complaint of not being invited. Tisha's like, we already rehashed it, so why are we getting back into it? Kimmie's like, what happened, Miss Nell? Miss Nell said she was going to give me the Evite, but she didn't give me the Evite. Kimmie's like, okay, what happened with that girl? She's like, I did tell her to invite her down to the girls' birthday parties. But I didn't give her like a personal invite. I just posted on social media. Miss Nell's like, I shouldn't have to go to social media to find it. You's gonna invite me, girl. And so Tisha's like, well, girl, what else do you want from me? Like, I said I was done with it. We already rehashed it. Tisha's thing is like, everybody need to keep the same energy. Speaking of keeping the same energy, Tisha also feels like, let me speed up a little because this shirt is bothering me. Tisha also feels like Stormi don't be keeping the same energy, because she said after they had a little lunch where Stormi was going off about that $100, they talked on the phone and laughed and talked, and since then they've been cool. But then in person, Stormi was being a little weird. And I feel like Stormi don't keep the same energy. Is it just me? Or Stormi be talking one way in the confessional, but be one way in this moment, and another, like her and Mel supposed to be cool, but then she didn't say hi to Mel. Like, she don't keep the same energy, in my opinion, either. Let me know if y'all agree in the comments, or is that just me? Anywho, so, you know, they, Nell and Tisha's going back and forth. Tisha was like, well, we done with it, we done with it. And so, Miss Nell's like, is that you throwing shade? And Tisha's like, if you taking in the shade, like, I'm not throwing shade, I'm just saying we done with it. Miss Nell was like her moment. Miss Nell, I was rocking with Miss Nell, but she trying to bit too hard to be on the show for me. Miss Nell's getting it started. She keeping the scenes going. She keeping the mess and the dust kicked up a little bit too much for me, because even if you looked at Stormi and Kimmie and Tisha's face in the scene and Tiffany, they were like, "Oh, girl, what's happening?" So anywho, like I said, they trying to give criticism in the moment. Tisha like, girl, I'm not here for it. Like, I'm over it. And so then I think Baby Ace came. They was like, okay, you want to see the baby? Mel's like, of course I want to see the baby. And so anyway, everybody went and seen the baby. Tiffany and Tisha talked, and Tisha was, you know, talking about she's surprised and all that. Okay, so then the girls sit back down, and so they're just talking and catching up again, and Tiffany over there with her family, you know, giving the baby some more milk. And somehow we're still talking about the Blaque Business Expo. I don't even know how it came up again or how I kept it going, but anywho, they were talking about issues from the expo, and so Tiffany could hear them talking about it across the room. She was like, if I was, you know, wasn't breastfeeding right now, I would be over there. But why is they bringing it up? Girl, you just made you wasn't in the mess to begin with. So Tisha was like, I thought, you know, again, she's like, I thought we came to see a sip and see the baby. Like, girl, what is this? And so they're again bringing up the whole thing. Tiffany has her grievances, and so Tisha's thing was like, y'all want to have it first, you know, when they were talking about feedback in the initial scenes. She was like, if y'all want to have, like, I don't care about the feedback. I really don't care. Like, after the event, she felt like they hating on her. She was like, if y'all want to throw expo, give away scholarships. I don't care. We ain't tripping. And so now she said, okay, you know, I might be open to feedback. I think that would be good. And Kimmie said they should do like a town hall, not to like bash them, but just to give like feedback on what they would do next time and do better. So Tisha's fine with that. And so Tiffany came, and so Tiffany, I don't know if Tiffany brought up something with the expo, and so Kimmie said like, okay, so what was your issues? And we're like, Ms. Nell, we already got your issue, girl. And so Tiffany talked about being in the front row because she had an issue being in the front row. Tiffany, you were about to give birth, like, let it go. And then Stormi talking about the $100. So then Miss Nell like, well, yeah, what about the $100, Stormi? You know, you was talking about that. Tiffany brought it up, so let's talk about it. So Stormi looked like she didn't want to talk about it. Tisha looked like, girl, you better not bring it up. Kimmie looking like, oh, Lord. And so Stormi's asked Tisha, like, should I bring back up this $100? And Tisha's like, no, we're done with it. We're over it now. And so Tiffany was like, I didn't remember myself saying that, but then she kind of broke down what happened. Miss Nell's like, I'm talking to you, Stormi. Tish, she done with me. She not talking to me. I'm talking to you, Stormi. You can speak for yourself, right? I was like, Miss Nell, simmer down, Miss Nell. And if you don't quit calling this lady Tish, we get it. We gonna let you be on the show. Next season, you'll be in the opening. Relax. But quit calling that lady Tish. Her name is Tisha. Tisha and Tish are two very different names. So anywho, Tiffany kind of broke it down. She's like, I remember bringing it up, but this is what happened. And so, you know, the whole thing about the $100. And so Tiffany, then they got on topic of the whole thing of did people pay or not pay? Because Miss Nell was like, well, people didn't want to, they told me at dinner, the Scott said at dinner that didn't nobody pay for the event. They paid for everything out their pocket, that they didn't get any money in. But then they talking about people had to pay $100. So which one is it? Which one is it? And so Tisha's like, oh, I know. So Tisha got up because she's tired. Truth is, she's tired. She's not dealing with it. She's like, y'all keep this. And then Stormi's like, she don't need to keep running off like that. Like, that's not cool. And so then Tisha eventually came back. They still talking about it. You know, Tisha's like, I thought we came to sip and see the baby girl. Like, what's happening? So then Tisha, so they were like, okay, like, which one is it? Tisha's like, all I know is that we pay for this event fully out of our pocket. That's all I know. And so Stormi was like, my whole issue is I didn't have an issue with you, Tisha. I had an issue with Marsau coming to ask me for the $100 at the last minute. That was my issue. And then my problem with you is when I thought we were cool. We talked about it. You even agreed with me in the moment, but then you came back at me the next day saying, I don't like the way you talk to my husband. So that's why I had the energy I had. And so Tisha's like, you know, I'm just trying not to get in Marsau stuff. And so Mel was like, see right there, I'm on the same thing as you right there, Stormi. Yes, right there. Yeah, see, I'm on the same page as you because I got a problem with Marsau. See, because I heard through the streets is talking. I heard that Miss Nell said that Marsau said that I'm just selling t-shirts and stuff and I wasn't professional enough to be speaking on the panel. So now I got a problem with Marsau. And I'm like, girl, okay, so everybody got a problem. Marsau, Tiffany, or Stormi said he acting like a woman. He wanted to be a female. He acting like a B word. Miss Nell said in the confessional that she can't believe that Stormi let Stormi call her man a lady, a woman, because she would never, with Chris Fletcher, she would be throwing some shade back, she said. I'm like, okay, girl. So anywho, she was like, yeah, your husband acting like a woman. And they was like, girl, stop. They all laughed. Okay. And scene. Good job, ladies. So anywho, let me see what time it is, y'all. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:56 p.m.
Okay, I got a few minutes. So anywho, then the next scene was when Kimmie and Maurice was going down to, I guess they beefed it out, whatever it was, some building that they're doing construction on and they're going to move their offices into. They didn't want y'all to know where it's going to be. Okay. So, then Micah, one of their brothers, Micah, is doing the project manager on it. He's supposed to be done by the 1st, but he ain't done. Y'all know how those guys do. And them Scott brothers all look the same. And they talk the same. It's very crazy. So he's like, you know, I'm going to get it done. Because Kimmie's like, it's looking like it's not going to be done on time. And he's like, no, you know me, Kimmie. I'm going to get it done. I was like, okay, Micah. I was like, that ain't the one that Miss Van was creeping with, right? I think that's Mark. So anywho. So then, you know, Kimmie and Maurice is talking about the whole Baby Ace event and what happened there and how he's like, oh, y'all wasn't talking about the baby. No, we wasn't. And so she was saying that, you know, they was coming down on Tisha about the event, but she's like, you know, I think we do need to have like a town hall sort of thing. And Maurice agrees. And she's like, this money thing is growing lazy because they're saying they didn't get any money. Then they said they did get any money. You said you paid money, but not everybody. They said everybody didn't pay. And so Maurice is like, we were down to Blaque and Marsau said we need, you know, the $100 for sponsorship and stuff. So I just gave him $100 cash. And he said, well, now I'm going to have a talk with Maurice because I don't know which one it is. Like he said, you know, the information came from Ms. Nell, so he don't want to trust it. And he said he don't want to go after his brother and sister-in-law like in public without being sure, basically. So basically he don't want to bring it up on camera until he knows the facts is what he's saying. And so he was like, yeah, I'm going to have a talk with Marsau and get to the bottom of it because he's like, the he said, she said don't work in this group. So Kimmie's like, yeah, this money thing is growing legs. We're going to have to get down to the bottom of it. Then Kimmie was saying, you know, Marsau, he don't care who he get into it with, the women, the men. He don't care what he say. Maurice is like, yeah, he's an a-hole. He's condescending and all that. And you're the same way, Maurice. And so was the one doing the house, okay? And so was the one messing with Miss Van. And so was the other brother, okay? All of y'all. So then she was telling him what Marsau said about Mel just selling t-shirts, that he wasn't gonna pay nobody to speak just to sell just selling t-shirts. And so Maurice was cracking up at that, of course. He thought it was funny. He's like, dang, did he say that for real? And so then Kimmie's like, you can't be laughing at that. That's what, you know, is just playing into it. So they gonna have a town hall and talk it out. Maurice know what Marsau was doing. Come on. So then the next thing we get down to Nell's baby care. No, she got a daycare. She said she done been in business 30 years. How dare y'all not invite her down to the Blaque Business Expo? Okay. So anyway, we get down to the daycare. Here comes Mel. Hey, Nell. Hey, girl. Am I not interrupting nothing in mine? Right. So she come in. They was having like their Friday meeting. So they talked about the party. The food was good. Okay, girl, what's going on with you and Latisha? And Miss Nell said she don't see it for her and Latisha right now. You know, they're going to have to grow into their friendship, but she don't see it for her. They got to get, you know, see where it's going to go and all that good stuff. I'm like, lady, you wasn't trying to be Latisha's friend. What are you talking about? So anyway, then, you know, Mel was happy that Miss Nell told her what she told her that Marsau said. She was like, yeah, because I got to talk with Marsau. And I feel like he always tries to come between me and Latisha and what we got going on and all that stuff. And so she said that, you know, how can they say that when we're the one that's helped them so much in business and everything they got going on? And so then they were talking about the whole thing of, you know, how much Nell and Chris have patronized inside of Blaque and brought cases of chocolate in the bottle. And so they say Latisha owes 85%. Then what that mean? Marsau only owes, they said 7.5, but I'm thinking because that other guy came in, so maybe they're splitting that. I guess they split the 15. Anyway, I don't know how they got it going on. They were like, if I own a business, I'm gonna know what's happening. Mel said her and her ex-husband, Martell, would split everything 50-50, and she was a major part of the business. Of course, we know that. And so she was saying how, like, all these, basically with the government contracts, it's better to put a woman as the majority owner because then you can get more government funding and grants and things like that. So a lot of companies were changing the majority ownership to the women. And so they're just basically what they're alluding is that Latisha just owned the company just so they can get, you know, government breaks and stuff. But she's just the face, but she really don't know the ins and outs. Probably. Okay. Looks like it. Sorry to say, Tisha, but good for you, girl. You still own it. I ain't mad at it. Okay, whatever they had to do to make it work. I'm not mad at it. And Latisha is business savvy in her own right. So, anyway, they was like, yeah, you know, it just seems like a cover up and all this kind of stuff. I feel like I've been trying to record this video forever. So I had to get off the line with y'all real quick to jump on the other line for the meeting I said I had at 7. But let's pick up where we left off. So we were talking about how, you know, they were basically shading Tisha, saying she own majority company, but she just a face. She don't know the ins and outs. And I was like, it don't matter. At the end of the day, she still own it, and she got her own good stuff going on. So it's all good. That was then followed up by Mel asking Miss Nell if she would be cool with Latisha, but we already talked about that. So then Mel said, you know, she's glad that you know, Nell told her everything that happened. And then she said, yeah, you know, the Scotts, you know, they trying to, right, in fact, they got a GoFundMe up right now because they trying to build a house for somebody that's going to cost $150,000, and they only got like $200, $300 donated right now. She said, let me look so I can pull it up. So she went to grab her phone to pull it up. And so then she said, oh no, Marsau Scott, I can't see what he got because he got me blocked. Well, I got them blocked. And then Nell's like, well, you got Tisha and Marsau blocked? She's like, yeah, I got them blocked. And they got me blocked. She's like, how are you going to be friends with Latisha if y'all both got each other blocked? That ain't no friendship. She's like, girl, I just block people. You know, I ain't got time to go back and look her up and figure out how to add her again. I can't do it. I feel like, Mel, you know them people was blocked while you playing with this phone on our time. Anywho, Miss Nell says, you know, Marsau, he seemed like he wanted to be in ladies' business. Like, he wanted to come between you and Latisha. It's like every time y'all try to make amends, he kind of throw a monkey wrench in it and mess it up. And Mel was like, yeah, exactly. So they played clips from like season 1, I want to say, when Melody was taking Latisha down to the networking events and Marsau didn't like it, and he was saying how she was leaving the family and she was crying. Oh, those are cringy to watch. At least Latisha then kind of got, you know, start piping up now. She's showing us how she getting her money's worth, okay? Come on, Latisha. Okay, she's stacking up. Okay, she getting cars and purses out the deal. Okay, leave her alone. So anywho, she doing what she got to do to survive. Okay, she doing what Miss Wanda taught her to do. So anyway, so then, but my thing is now, have you even been around this whole time to know what Marsau was doing, or you was watching the show at home? I don't know. You know, Nell was mad because she's like, we've been in business 30 years. They don't even know. We right around the corner from them. Okay, girl, you could be on the show next season. Carlos King put her in. So then Mel was like, yeah, see, you know, Marsau, he just don't want us to hang. I'm not going to let him get between me and Latisha this time. I'm not going to let him get between me and Latisha this time. And so I'm like, yeah, Mel, you're right. You know, make your problem with Marsau. Don't make it with Latisha. But then y'all going to say, oh, Marsau shouldn't be dressing Mel because she a woman. Although Mel called him to meet up with her because what he said. And we're going to get to that scene at the end. I don't have a problem with Mel Marsau talking this out because he did say things about her, and it doesn't involve Latisha. Latisha didn't make that same opinion. I don't have a problem with men and women discussing issues. I don't see what the big deal is. As long as, you know, nobody's getting up if you buck on both sides, okay? That's for the man and the woman. So then Mel was saying, see, Marsau, he's afraid that, you know, Latisha, she gonna hang around me long enough and then she gonna get the strength of a woman that I have and then put it on her. And then she gonna get up enough strength to, you know, leave his cheating, manipulative, lying ass. That's right. And I was like, Mel. I was with you till you jumped off the deep end, girl. You jumped off the deep end. You are not the wing beneath Latisha's wings. I can guarantee you. But it sounded good. I was with you till you got there, girl. I was with you. So anyway, that was that on that scene. So anyway, the next scene we see is Keke down in the kitchen with her husband. I don't catch the husband's name. If y'all know the husband's name, please drop it in the comments for me because I did not catch it. I feel like rewinding it for the 100th time to see what it was. Anyway, he's making wings and mac and cheese and beans. He gonna cook overnight. He looked like he cooked good. Okay, so anyway, he talking about Keke. Keke said she didn't go down to 8 to the sip and see. She said she didn't, in the confessional, that she got sick so she couldn't go down to the sip and see of aces. That's what she said. I was like, why is she putting an S on his name? But anywho, she said she got sick. She keep getting sick. She keep having to go to the emergency room. She trying to get the doctors to figure out what's wrong with her. She didn't saw the gastrologist and cardiologist. She don't know what's going on. Her husband, she said she don't want people to think like she's not coming around because she relapsed because that ain't it. Her husband said no, he knows that's not it. Like, he's at the point where he could tell when, by her body language and how she speaks, like if something's, you know, iffy going on or not. Basically, he could tell when she on that stuff and when she not. Okay, is what he was saying. And so he was saying that it's probably the methadone is what's making her sick. She doesn't feel like it is methadone, and she said that he hates the fact that she's on the methadone, and he always has a problem with it. And he was like, you need to get off that methadone. That's what's causing the issues. And she's like, okay, but you don't know that. Like, just because you say it don't mean it's true. And then he said, well, you having all these gastro problems, but you ordering all this Chinese food, and then you want to eat it at 10 o'clock at night. Like, come on, you got to make different choices. Like, if I had those kind of issues, I wouldn't be doing that. And he right about that, Keke. I'm sorry to tell you. But, you know, if you having issues with your stomach and your digestion, you probably shouldn't be, you know, ordering stuff that's going to flare it up. You probably need to change up your diet, maybe. I don't know. She said that she doesn't feel like her husband is supporting her in the way that she would want to be supported. Like, their ideals of support are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. And so, I mean, I understand that, but I feel like also maybe Keke has put him through a lot. So I could see both sides. So Keke was saying, like, you know, you acting like, oh, this is my fault. Like, I'm trying. Like, I don't know. And so he said, no, I understand. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. He's like, but, you know, between the Crime Stoppers and the emergency visits and the methadone and all this stuff, like, it's been a lot for me. So when I hear something else, it's just like, dang. So basically, he tired of it. He didn't deal with Keke and her stealing allegedly and her pill popping. Okay, he tired of it. Okay. He tired. He was trying to cook these wings and his mac and cheese and these beans and get on with his life. Anywho, hopefully Keke can figure out what's wrong with her, though, on a serious note. I hope that she is taking good care of herself for real. Anyway, the last thing we see, which is the showdown between Melody and Marsau. So Melody invites Marsau out. Marsau already goes into it knowing that it's going to be about whatever Miss Nell told Melody, okay? Don't y'all think for a minute that Marsau didn't already know that information was going to get back to him. He did it on purpose. Marcel trolls everybody, and he especially likes to get a rise out of Mel. There's something about Mel that he likes, okay? And we all saw that. So Mel said in her confessional that, she was upset when she first heard what Marcel said, but she's going to this in a positive note, and based on his reaction, it's going to be how everything goes. So she, they ordering coffees, whatever. He said, like, this coffee black and no sugar, no cream, whatever. Nasty. So she was saying, they just like, oh, how you doing? How you doing? Catching up. She said she's coming in with positive energy. She said that, she didn't know the attitude she should come in with today, but she said when she talked to Miss Carol, the lady that did the tea party, then, I thought about how would Miss Carol want me to handle this situation. And Miss Carol would say that I would need to converse in this situation with positivity and openness and be direct. So I'm going to go that way instead of that way. So Marcel said he thought that was a good idea. If they both said something that each other don't like, they know they have a reasoning for it, and they're adults. And so she said, okay, well, let's talk about the reason. The reason we brought you to the table today, Marcel, is because I'm hearing you taking jabs about my t-shirt business and all this. So he said, first of all, people embellish when they communicate. Second of all, I didn't say your name. We were talking about the Blaque Business Expo, and, I guess Miss Nell saying that nobody wanted to come or speak because you wasn't going to pay nobody to speak. And Marcel said, yeah, I said that, like, what am I paying you to speak for? I'm not going to pay someone to speak that just sells t-shirts. And so Mel was like saying, okay, that I sell t-shirts. Like, I sell more t-shirts. I got more business acclimates and all that. And he was like, yes, I know you do, but I don't like the business. He's like, what I'm saying is I'm commenting on the business. I don't like it. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't like product business. She was like, what are you talking about? You've been trying to get into e-commerce. That's what you've been working on, leading, is getting into e-commerce. And so he was like, yeah, but I can have an opinion of it. I don't like it. Yeah, I do the business. She's like, why do you do it? She's like, what? She's like, why do you do it if you don't like it? And so he was like, because he's like, I just do it for the money, but I don't like the product of doing, products in e-commerce, not what he liked to do. And so she was like, okay, but I have other businesses and everything like that. And so he was like, yeah, but it seems like, you be starting new businesses and it seems like it's just throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. Like, I don't really know what you got going on with your businesses. And she was saying, see, that's the jabs right there I'm talking about. And so then they going back and forth. And then she was saying, like, something about somehow she got back onto the strength of a woman, talking about Latisha moving Marsau. She's like, I hope Latisha leave your manipulative, lying, cheating ass. So then he was like, what? Why did you want, Tisha to leave me? You want my kids to grow up in a single family home? Like, what are you saying? And so then she was like, yeah, when you afraid that Latisha spend enough time with me, she gonna get this strength from woman, because I'm a strong woman, and then she gonna get up the nerve to leave your lying, cheating, manipulative ass. And I said, really, Mel? You really was sticking with that? Okay, girl. So that's where it pretty much left off, to be continued, y'all. Yeah, that was Marriage Huntsville. It was a cool episode. It could have been better. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sorry I'm late, but y'all, like I already told y'all, I had stuff to do. Anywho, don't forget to check out my other content. If you didn't catch the Ready to Love live, definitely check that out. That's been posted. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, y'all. Also, subscribe to Belle Perspective. We did our Ready to Love panel, a live panel on her channel Friday night, where we also had the Movie Man, Miss Kira Speaks, and Shayna McD. So follow all of them and catch that replay of that live. Also, I'm planning to do Love is Blind. I think I'm going to do it in a live because that's way easier. I don't know if I'll do all the episodes that are out or I'll split it up. But if I don't post about that tonight, this is Monday night. I'll definitely post about it. Tuesday for sure. I'll post the times and all that for Tuesday. And then hopefully I'll get it done Tuesday, right? All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.